Have you ever felt like you've got all this potential, but you're just not sure how to unlock it? Well, today, we're going to break down a blueprint that's designed to do exactly that. It's all about helping you build your strongest future, starting right now. Let's get into it.
So let's just start with the biggest question of all, right? Are you really ready to level up your life? Because everything we're about to talk about today, it all hinges on your answer to that one question.
You know, this quote right here, it gets to the absolute heart of this whole blueprint. The main idea is that the power to shape your future, your success, your happiness, it's not something you have to go out and find. It's already inside of you. It's not about finding a missing piece. It's about waking up the strengths you already have.
Okay, so where do we begin? Well, this blueprint says you've got to start with your strengths. This is the foundation. It's the concrete slab we're going to build everything else on. So let's dive into our first section, unlocking your strengths.
So what are we even talking about when we say strengths? Seriously, think of them as your personal superpowers. What are the things you're good at that just come easy to you? The stuff you do where you totally lose track of time. Yeah, that's the sweet spot. That's where your natural talents are hiding. And this breaks it down into this simple, really powerful three-step cycle. First, you discover them. You figure out what comes naturally. Then you develop them. You practice, you sharpen that talent. And finally, you use them. You aim that strength right at the goals you want to hit. It's this constant loop of just getting better and better.
And you know, once you start really focusing on your strengths, something kind of magical happens. You start to build this unshakable confidence. See, when you're working from a place of what you do well, believing in yourself just becomes second nature.
And here's a really key insight. Confidence isn't just a feeling, It's the foundation for making way better decisions in your life. It's the tool that lets you stand at a crossroads and choose your path with clarity and, well, conviction.
So how do you actually build it? Well, this toolkit gives us 3 really practical steps. It starts small. Acknowledge your small wins every single day. Then you step just a little bit outside your comfort zone. And this one is huge. You learn to see mistakes not as failures, but as chances to learn and grow. It's a process, right? It's not some giant leap.
Now, with that confidence growing, you're way better equipped to handle the next piece of the puzzle, mastering pressure. Because let's be honest, life is always going to have challenges, but being overwhelmed by them, that's actually a choice.
I mean, let's be real for a second. Life gets stressful, whether it's pressure from school or work or just, life. We all feel overwhelmed sometimes. The blueprint doesn't just pretend this doesn't exist, it tackles it head on. The key isn't to avoid pressure, it's all about how you respond to it.
And here are 4 really powerful strategies. First, take those huge challenges and break them down into tiny, manageable tasks. Second, only focus on the things you can actually control. Third, take all that nervous energy and channel it into productive action. And fourth, always keep your long-term goals in sight. It's all about taking back the control.
So once you learn how to handle that pressure, you create space. And we can use that space to start designing the future that you actually want. This isn't just about surviving anymore. This is about clearing the path so you can build something truly meaningful.
This right here, this captures such a critical shift in thinking. It's about turning a vague dream, kind of like a cloud, into a concrete plan, a roadmap. See, a dream tells you where you want to go, but a goal gives you the step-by-step directions to actually get there. And that simple change, it makes all the difference. And this goal-setting cycle shows us exactly how to make it happen. You start by defining what you want. Then, you set a super specific target. You track your progress to stay motivated. And this is so important. You celebrate the wins along the way. It's this continuous loop that just builds incredible momentum.
All right, finally, we get to the one thing that ties this all together, your mindset. Because your strengths, your confidence, and your goals are all either amplified or limited by the way you think. Your mindset is the engine that drives this whole thing.
And look, positive thinking isn't about just ignoring your problems. It's a strategic way of reframing them. It's about looking at a challenge not as a brick wall that's blocking you, but more like a climbing wall, an opportunity to find a new grip and get even stronger on your way to the top.
This comparison is just so powerful because it shows you the 2 paths your thoughts can take. On one side, you've got that fixed thinking. I can't. It's over. I'm stuck. Those are dead ends. But on the other side, you have growth thinking. I can learn how. This is a lesson. I can develop. Those are all open doors. The question is simple. Which path are you going to choose?
And this right here really just sums up the entire blueprint. Success is not an accident. It's not something that just happens to you.
No, it's something you actively build block by block through effort and self-development day after day.
So we're going to leave you with this question. The blueprint, it's in your hands now. Your growth story starts right now. So, what's page 1 going to be? This isn't just information. It's an invitation. Go write your story.